We are live. It is week 6, game number 1 of the 2021 NFL season.
Today,
it is between
Raymond James Stadium
the
in
Green
Tampa,
Bay
Florida.
Packers going up against the Tampa Bay
This
Buccaneers
is the
from
National
Raymond
Football
James
League.
Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Go, let us go and see our preview.
We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
DA Sports coverage in the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. Taking it about the 1. Got able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all off-season in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions, and rallied the Packers to 13 regular season wins last year and a trip to the NFC Championship game. He's still one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and the Packers are hoping to take the next step.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Been able to find out on Lazard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
Everybody know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
We'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal calls will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last run, his offensive line, they lost their lever quickly, and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Here come the Buccaneers, led by the new quarterback for 2020. Of course, you know the story by now. His 21st season, first in Tampa. It's Tom Brady.
Look, how many times do we talk about it going into a season? At some point, we have to figure that age is going to catch up to Tom Brady, but how long have we been wrong about that? I'd say probably about the last 10 years. Last year, he threw over 4,000 yards again. Should go over 75,000 passing yards his career early this season. He's still got it. And what a new challenge he's got at Tampa Bay. Excited about the opportunity.
The first carry for Leonard Fournette, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive line because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll go with Jones, and he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Shotgun now for Brady. That is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him and do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
How about his rack, right?
RAC, run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in contract time.
Ryan Suckathon for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following a touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a real nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now this one is tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a round run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the short catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Well, they'll try to jet sweep here with Lazard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 44, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shrug my defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On the delay, Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Lewis has it tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up the first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just have an great tendency. Stay with what you want, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
There's Rodgers to throw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense really float around in the first to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. And they'll throw with Rodgers. Flush down right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
This is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up in a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. The throw ball to Chris Godwin, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. It is incomplete.
This is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense?
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Working from the gun, Rodgers. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 down, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown. They're able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. Now we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 40, 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Olden. Now you said momentum, right?
The momentum. I think he's taking limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Extra point try now for Saka. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It's something we've said 8 million times, but we were treated to a fine performance in the first half from Tom Brady. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. Interesting note about our two quarterbacks, Brady and Rodgers. This is sort of a rubber match for these guys. They've been around a long time. We all know that, but they've only met twice before, with Rodgers winning in 2014 and then Brady leveling the score in 2018. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Fournette running out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to work it down at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He's got Evans. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Brady toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Fournette. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
And I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open, that's a good start for him.
On 1st down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and maybe an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard, the receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defender to grab as well.
And a move right there is they were able to connect. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their running responsibilities correctly this time. When we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd and 9, Brady tried for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He totaled only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. Now Crosby for the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now, heading back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brady gives this one off to Jones, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
Again, it's Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This has been all that we hoped for. Two of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. He'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 11. Now they'll throw with Brady. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Brady to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
It ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen, guys, so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him, 11 yards and a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think someone's going to give me QB1s here when it gets to the sideline. Already throwing an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. It hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stack him at about the 16.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. Breaks through the contact. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. The throw from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a quarterback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Started on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles Udall is asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't done before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked.
Go to someone else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. They'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he gets up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Open man is got it, and it's complete. And they'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brady to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. But a Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. They run the counter. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Probably have 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
That game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with time running out. And the Bucs are going to take the lead.
Well, any thoughts about overtime that ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Second for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that was a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. He's back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
I'm going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Extra point try now for Crosby. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Crosby for the point after. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all to score as the kick's away. Take it in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward. Okay, if you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Got a good return as heavy stop just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs ready to take over once again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Still catching our breath from that electric finish. You get it overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. We did it OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.
They have it the Packers on the road, so the Buccaneers 27-21. I got the stream, and I do that Monday for another live show. So please like and subscribe. See you on Monday. Have a good day, man. Enjoy week 12 and NFL season.